Hey, TikTok, if you're listening, I think I have an idea. I think there should be a TikTok dating app. Just hear me out.
No. How about we don't do that? How about we don't mix the two crappiest things of the internet, dating apps and TikTok, into one demon hellspawn? But gentlemen, what is going up? Welcome back to the desert, welcome back to the channel. Here is Ampu joining me. Ampu, what do you think about mixing dating apps with TikTok? Well, that gives us an answer. But gentlemen, let's continue with this TikTok, as this woman has been left behind because men find about her TikTok. Well, let's have a listen.
So, a lot of guys, when they find out that I am on TikTok and I have followers, get really weird about it. One guy said, "Oh, sorry, you're not the girl I thought you were," and wouldn't go on a date with me because I had TikTok followers.
Translation of, "Oh, you're not the girl I thought you are." He thought that this is a normal woman, but he found out on her TikTok about the hundreds upon hundreds of failed relationships and baggage that she carries, as well as a couple of STDs for color. So that's what it means.
A lot of other guys get really insecure about it.
There's that word again, guys, insecure. It's not insecure, it is concerned. Concerned is the word when you find about a TikTok, these modern women, where they post on a daily basis their failures and how big of a red flag they are. Their TikToks, guys, are a compilation of red flags. Alright? They're like a museum of red flags is their profiles. But let's continue now.
And then, of course, there's the guys who say, "Oh, you shouldn't be on there. They're selling all your information to China." That right there, no second date after that. But anyway, damn, dating is hard and dating apps suck. And I feel like those of us who are creators on TikTok and have fun with it, that we have a lot in common, and I guess would like to find somebody to create things with. So I don't know, what do y'all think? I think it would be fun. So TikTok, maybe you should make a dating app.
Yeah, no, let's not do that. Guys, if I find the person who is trying to mix dating apps with TikTok, I'm going to unalive him before he creates a patent, I think it's called. Before he creates the thing, I'm gonna unalive him for the greater good of humanity. Alright? Well, now let's continue, gentlemen, to our next TikTok. But yeah, it's absolutely normal that guys will dismiss you after they find out about your TikTok. And gentlemen, the way you can view if a woman is good or not is, would you feel embarrassed to show your mother, for example, her TikTok account or her Instagram account? Will she be, just embarrassed to see that content? It's a great way to see which women are worth it and which ones aren't. Because a lot of these modern women, guys, it's straight up embarrassment to see the stuff that they've been up to. But now, guys, I consider myself a professional of red flags, but with this woman, I don't know what is the red flag. I sense that something is wrong. My spider sense are tickling. My 4,000-year-old heart is telling me that something's not alright, but I'm not quite able to pinpoint what exactly it is. So, gentlemen, you let me know, what is the red flag of this woman? Let's have a listen.
You know what I really can't stand about dating at this big age of 39? Look, I'm grown. Like, I'm about to be 40 over the hill grown, right? Why are we still talking about virtue or body count like that fucking matters? Like, I am dating a bunch of divorcees who cheated on their wife, who have multiple children by multiple partners, me included. That's no shade, but let's just illustrate facts. We got kids. They weren't the immaculate fucking conception. Why are y'all acting brand fucking new? We are sifting through the clearance rack of fucking love looking for a partner, and you want to talk about virtue. She's got to be demure. She's got to be mindful. I'm not. I don't fucking care. I gotta act like I ain't been out here fucking when I have. If y'all don't get the fuck out of here, I'm not doing that shit. I can barely find the time to commit to a fucking date, to agree to a location and show up looking like a presentable human being. If the stars fucking same place. I'm supposed to hope that that statistical anomaly can reoccur enough times for me to justify sleeping with you when I already know that I want to. Do you know how long it's been? I'm sick of this shit. I gotta pretend I'm not a fucking hoe. Bitch, I'm fucking. He's gonna think you're...
There's just something, guys, telling me that there are red flags, but I can't quite know, you know? Wow, gentlemen, more red flags than a communist parade over here. Holy hell. No words, guys, no words. This video explains itself, alright? Well, let's just move on to the next one.
But let me tell you the one with the craziest twist ending. I go on a first date with this guy and it's amazing. No red flags. We continue dating for about a month and we sleep together. And then he calls me and he's like, hey, we need to talk, which is the last thing you want to hear right after you sleep with someone for the first time. Apparently this talk needs to be had in person, so he comes to my house and he's like, hey, I really like you, but before we started dating, I booked a trip with my best female friend for New Year's to Bora Bora. And full disclosure, we have slept together in the past. But we've also traveled together and not slept together when she was married, so like, you have nothing to worry about. And I was obviously uncomfortable with this, but after lots and lots of conversations and him telling me that it was non-refundable, non-transferable, blah, 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 I agreed to continue dating him as long as he agreed to not share a bed with her while he was there, which he said he needed to think about, which in retrospect is probably when I should have dipped, but I hadn't liked someone this much in a really long time. So
You think so? You think you should have dipped there? Well, there you have it, guys. This is what Chads are allowed to do. He goes to a vacation with another woman, just the two of them, and she tells him, all right, can you at least not sleep in the same bed with as her? And he says, kind of pushing the issue, I'm gonna think about it. He couldn't care less, guys. This is supposedly the woman that he likes, and he couldn't care enough to even pretend as though he will give a crap about not sleeping in the same bed with her if that makes his supposed girlfriend uncomfortable. That's how little they care. And this woman understands that that is a massive red flag, that they sleep in one bed within another massive red flag, that they're going on a vacation, just the two of them. But I liked him very much, so, you know, so I closed my eyes to the multiple red flags along the way. This is the effect that the chat has.
So while I'm waiting to hear whether or not he's willing to respect this boundary of mine, my mom calls me. Now, in my family, for years, we didn't really do gifts. Instead, every year, my parents would surprise us with a New Year's Eve trip. So we always knew we were going to go on a trip, but the surprise was where we were going to go. This was my first year working a corporate job. So my mom calls me and she's like, hey, I know that normally we keep where we're going a surprise, but now that you have limited vacation days and you have to request them off in advance, etc., I thought you should know where we're going so you can decide if it's worth it for you. We're going to Bora Bora. So I immediately call the guy I'm dating, who is literally a rocket scientist. And I'm like, I realize the odds of this are ridiculously low, but hand to God, this is true. I tell him what happened. And I'm like, I realize this sounds crazy and I probably seem like a stalker, but also like I have the receipts that this is real and it kind of solves our problem. I can go do all your scuba diving adventures during the day and then she has a room to herself and you can just stay with me at night. Understandably kind of like goes into shock at this point and then uses the Raytheon system to calculate the odds of that happening. I don't remember what they were, but it was like very small. And then request number 2 for an in-person conversation comes through. He shows up at my house and this time he is very emotional, talking about how much he likes me and how he could see himself marrying me and how he wasn't expecting that and he's not ready for that and it's scary for him and that he needs to take a step back from the relationship because it's moving too fast. And I'm like, that seems like very convenient timing. Just be honest that you want to be single on a trip with this girl. And he's like, no, I don't have feelings for her like that. I would never bang out my feelings anyway. I have feelings for you. That's not why I'm doing this. How little do you think of me? Blah, blah, blah. So we all go to Bora Bora separately. I'm a mess because this man has the audacity to be texting me through the trip. Happy New Year. I hope you're doing well. Do you love the island? Just no. Holiday's over, we all get back to LA, and this man starts hitting me up again, wanting to see me, wanting to go out, wanting to have another in-person heart-to-heart. And I was like, I thought you weren't ready for a relationship. I thought this was too serious for you. I thought your feelings were too strong. What changed other than your trip is over? And he's trying to convince me it's all above board. So I download Tinder Premium and set a 5-mile radius around his house. Found him within like 2 minutes. Screenshot it to him and was like, nope, I'm out. He sends...
You see how these guys, gentlemen, they never cared about them. Yeah, these women always put it as in, oh, he broke my heart. I thought we had something. No, you never had anything. Anything resembling love was never part of the equation. These men, they are chads, they're very attractive, and that's the reason why it succeeds, because these women are so blinded and are also so stupid that they don't care about anything other than, is he attractive? If he's attractive, they're gonna put a blindfold on their eyes to dismiss all the red flags. They're not gonna care. They're gonna chase him. They're gonna pursue him. They're gonna wait on him. They're gonna talk everything out. They're gonna be patient and all that. If you are not that attractive, oh, now we have like 1,000 requisites for you to date us. But if you're attractive, we'll allow all of that. Just begs the question. If you're a man who happens to not be the top 10% most attractive guys in your area, why in the hell would you put up with any sort of demands from these women that don't apply these demands to other guys? Like, what are you, a loser? Are you a effing loser? You're gonna do all that hard work, meanwhile all people got it for free? Hell no, guys, hell no. But let's finish the story now.
Some long thing basically blaming me. I don't remember. I remember it pissed me off enough to block him. And then about 6 months goes by and I get curious. So I look him up on Facebook. He married the girl he went to Bora Bora with. Before I posted this TikTok, I checked. Still married. 2 kids. All I'm saying is, if your female intuition is going off, listen to that shit. Sometimes it's wrong. Most of the time you're onto something. That shit is powerful. If you feel like you're being deceived, you probably are. P.S. Please don't do the TikTok thing where you try to like find him and out him. I'm happy he's happy. I really don't care. And I think it would hurt his wife to know. He tried to like bounce back and then went back like, ugh. Moral of the story, that a guy who really wants to be with you and isn't exploring other options will just be with you. As always, know your worth. Stay safe out there.
Yeah. Know your worth, yada yada, all that shit talk. Please miss me with it. Follow your guts, follow your intuition. What, like you did not do? These women, guys, they always pretend like they have the high ground when it comes to intelligence and wisdom just because they've been played. Oh, I didn't follow my intuition, so don't be like me. It's shit advice. It's crap. I'd rather hear advice from someone who has succeeded instead of someone who's failed at it, you know? Like, it's guys, it's the equivalent of a guy who crashes his car at a crossroad or something, and he tells you, oh, I'm an expert at crossroads because I'll tell you everything you should not do in order to not crash like me. Or someone who, it's like, instead of going for advice, financial advice, someone who is a millionaire, you go to someone who's lost all his money by gambling and making poor financial decisions, and he tells you, oh no, I'm gonna give you the perfect advice, man, just don't do what I did. It's like, dude, go to hell. I don't need advice from people like you. And these are the women, guys, that think that they are like this massive just teachers. They are teachers. They feel like they are Christ's apostles of dating, you know. This woman is still single, of course, guys, of course. Because she cannot help herself but make the worst decision ever. But now, gentlemen, let's move on to our article story, which I had saved up. Title is, how do you know you're with the right person? Gentlemen, before it starts, do you think this is written by a woman or a male? How do you know you're with the right person? Of course, guys, of course it's a female. Me, 22-year-old female, have been in a relationship with my boyfriend, 23-year-old male, for almost 2 years. We are an interracial long-distance couple. Even though our countries are not too far away from one another, we can visit one another quite frequently in person. The journey has been rocky for both of us due to the distance, but we've figured it out all along. He is the most caring, kind, and loving person I have ever met. Because of the distance, the biggest weapon we have in our relationship is communication, and I can't ask for a better communicator. Every time there's something bothering me, he would listen very patiently and slowly resolve the difficult emotions with me. He never fails to give me love, assurance, affection, even though we're so far away. We have Prince Charming on a white horse here, guys. It goes without saying that we both love each other with the depth of our hearts. However, with that being said, I sometimes still question if he's really the one for me. Well, there's women for you guys. This is hilarious. If a man were to have half the woman that this man is, they will without doubt stay with her. But we have women here describing Prince Charming. I still wonder. I continue. I am a STEM student. Wow, women in STEM, guys. Majoring in a very scientific degree, nutrition. And he's a fashion major. Our upbringings are also vastly different, as I'm the firstborn daughter in a very high-educated academic Asian family. Meanwhile, he comes from parents with much humbler backgrounds. They're just normal working-class people doing labor job. I have been through lots of traumas that most Asian eldest daughter... lots of traumas that most Asian eldest daughters will go through. The usual heavy weights of expectations placed upon our shoulders. So when are you going to become a doctor, right? That conversation. Meanwhile, he had a very smooth childhood. His parents didn't have much but tried to provide him with all their love and affection. Because of this background, I've had to be independent since very, very young. I read a lot of books, take up a lot of courses, and make sure I'm educated, since education is the only way I could save myself from mental illness and childhood trauma within the family. I soon became intellected at a very young age. Wow, guys, we have modern day Einstein over here. So educated, so intellectual. This is where the difference is drawn between us. Stop kissing your own arse, damn it. I love to engage in deep intellectual conversations. Yeah, she meets up, guys, with the brightest minds in our world. In fact, guys, if you are stupid and you don't understand what this woman wrote, because she's so intellectual, guys, I'm finding it hard to understand her message. She's just so above me, you know. I'm just a stupid man here. I'm not educated. I haven't finished a STEM degree, guys, and I can barely understand this woman's intellectual phrases. So if you feel stupid and you can't understand her, pause the video, read slowly, you know. I continue, but he isn't the same. We share many similarities in our personal values and other areas of life. Yeah, that's what matters, you will think. But definitely not when it comes to academic. Oh, wow, guys, I think that's impossible to walk through. There are certain decisions in life I make, things that I do, or certain lifestyle that I follow because of the knowledge and education I have. But he is not able to understand or do the same things or make informed decisions in his life at times, which I occasionally deem as poor life choices. I mean, you gotta understand him. He's just a stupid simpleton. He hasn't finished a brainwashing university degree, you know? Still, he never opposes me. Why wouldn't you give an example of one of the poor life choices he makes? Maybe we can agree with you. But if you just mention that he makes poor decisions, we must take you for your word. We must assume that you're making the right call when he is not. Maybe you are the delusional individual that doesn't understand him. Still, he never opposes me, like a better. He told me that he'd have his own life decisions and he knows what he's doing with his life with his best knowledge and understanding. And he also always tells me, no matter what you do in life, I will always support you fully in the choices you make as long as it feels right to you. That's a nice thing to say. You know, guys, when I have a son and he tells me, Dad, I want to do drugs, I'll tell him, look, man, I will always support you fully in the choices you make as long as it feels right to you. If I see him cutting himself, you know, hey, man, as long as it makes you feel all right, it's such a nice philosophy to have in life, you know? Jeez, I hate these accepting people, guys. I hate them. I can't help it. You can be accepting and tolerating and all that. You can still have an opinion. Just tell people when they're wrong. Share your mind. Maybe you are wrong. That's how you learn. By having debates, by talking it out. Stop being so accepting towards everyone. This mindset of live and let live. What a bullcrap mindset. Anyway, guys, I continue. This is when I started to question if I'm really with the right person. We love one another so much, yet there's a gap in our intellectual compatibility. This is the point I still struggle with. What a narcissist. Guys, maybe it's just me, but people who have a virtue don't brag about it constantly. People who are intelligent, they're not talking about it all day, right? I knew Einstein back in the day. I'm 4,000 years old. We've had a couple of beers together. He was not, maybe surprisingly for you, talking all the time about how he's steps ahead of all of us. You know, he's millennia in front of us. He's so much more intelligent than us simpletons. He didn't talk like that. So you having to kiss your own arse because you have your little degree, you're a narcissist. You're not that intelligent, trust me. I just want to ask those who are married, is it true that the right one is going to be the one with complete compatibility to you? Or what does it take to make a successful lifelong partnership with somebody? Is intellectual compatibility a must in romantic relationships? Well, gentlemen, you answer me that question. My opinion is there's going to be gaps and it's going to be uncomfortable to be with someone who is stupid. I believe that to be absolutely the case, especially if you happen to be more intelligent. But when it, excuse me, when it comes to things that are smaller, like a university degree, believe it or not, is not going to create a gap, all right? University doesn't mean that you are intelligent. It means that you have a capability to learn. That's what it means. Guys, I know people who have finished university degrees that are so stupid. They are stupid beyond comprehension. All right. In fact, I have two friends. They are sister and brother, right? And they both are very good at university and stuff. They finish with the best grades possible. Yet the sister is extremely dumb, one of the dumbest people I know. And the brother is very intelligent and wise and all that, you know? And they both are very good at receiving grades. So the university degree doesn't create any gap other than how delusional you are. This woman, guys, holy hell. But it also shows the point that women can have everything and still ask for more, still want more, still be comparing you to other men. If this woman just happens to meet another guy who also makes her feel alright, she'll start to compare them. She'll start to think which one is better. And she'll probably dismiss this guy because he lives away. If she finds a guy that is similar to him but lives nearby her, she can cheat on him, she can leave him behind, you know. But holy hell, the narcissism, guys, damn it. I'm gonna finish this video, guys, by sharing a story with you. I can't quite remember who told me this. I think it was a professor sharing a story. But anyway, he said that he had this little business going on. And he hired a bunch of PhDs, guys. He hired a bunch of people who had degrees, who supposedly knew their ways, knew their stuff, right? And he told me that these people were very unmotivated. They were complaining about the paycheck. They weren't motivated. If they found a problem that they hadn't studied in their books, they will just sit around waiting for someone to explain it, you know? Like, not very active. They were laid back, didn't really care. If they knew something, they did it. If they didn't take any action whatsoever to understand it, you know? And their whole time there, they didn't learn anything new. And he told me that at some point, right, they were whining about the paycheck, so at some point he dismissed them all, and he hired a bunch of people that didn't have any degrees at all. And he thought, well, this is very risky, but let me see how it goes. And he told me that those people, first off, were very content with their paycheck. Second off, they learned, they were proactive. They didn't know barely anything, but they were learning constantly. They were learning new ways. They were being innovative and creative, and they did all that. And he told me, holy crap. Again, I can't quite remember who it was sharing this story with me, but he told me, holy crap, these people that had an education, they were so bored and unmotivated, while these people that didn't have any education at all, they turned out to be way more intelligent, way more adaptive. They learned their ways. They kept improving. you know, and they weren't whining all the time. If there was a problem, they try and learn, they try and understand it, learn how it works, know for the next time. They didn't just sit around each time there was something they didn't comprehend. All right. So university, guys, is like, it's just like reading a book. Yeah, you're gonna learn a lot of things from it if you pay attention, but it doesn't make you intelligent. Right? Just reading a book, reading words doesn't make you intelligent. What makes you intelligent is how your brain functions and how you apply the knowledge you have. So university, guys, very overrated. A lot of people think that just by going there they become modern day Einstein. So stupid, these people. In fact, nowadays I feel like the dumber the people are, the more they go to university. Or to frame it another way, the more people I see that have finished university, the dumber they are. I find way more intelligent and applied people outside of this institution. But gentlemen, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Thank you for making Empus Day better. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one.